Israel's prime minister has a revelation about Filipinos, and it's truly astonishing. There's something about the Filipino people that the world has yet to fully grasp. Something woven into their history, culture, and even faith that connects them to Israel in ways few would ever imagine. Today we're going to uncover this surprising truth straight from the words of Israel's leader. But before we dive in, ask yourself, why do Filipinos share such a deep bond with the Jewish people? What made the Philippines the only Asian nation to vote for Israel's creation in 1947? Why do Israelis hold Filipinos in such high regard? And could there be something even more profound, perhaps a biblical connection, that ties these two nations together? Stay with us because what you're about to discover could completely change the way you see history. And here's the most jaw-dropping part. Israel's own prime minister has revealed something truly extraordinary about Filipinos, a truth rooted in history, prophecy, and destiny. But what exactly did he say? What does he know that the rest of the world doesn't? Let's find out. To truly understand this connection, we must travel back in time to one of the darkest periods in history, World War II. During this era, Jewish families were desperately searching for safety. But while most countries turned them away, one small nation in Asia did something remarkable. Under the leadership of President Manuel Quezon, the Philippines opened its doors, granting visas to over 1,300 Jewish refugees. But why? Why would a small Southeast Asian country take such a bold stand when even powerful Western nations hesitated? Some say it was pure compassion, while others believe it was a strategic political move. However, a more intriguing theory suggests a much deeper, ancient, spiritual connection between the Filipinos and the Jewish people. And this is where things take an even more fascinating turn. Could Filipinos have an ancient biblical link to Israel? Some scholars and theologians believe they might. Have you ever noticed how Filipino traditions closely resemble Jewish customs? From strong family values and deep faith in one God to the way they celebrate festivals with reverence, these practices mirror ancient Hebrew traditions. But it doesn't stop there. The book of Isaiah speaks of distant lands coming to the aid of God's chosen people. In Isaiah 49:12, it mentions a nation from the Far East that will help Israel. Now, here's the shocking part. The Philippines is one of the farthest nations east of Israel. Could this be a mere coincidence, or is it a prophecy fulfilled? And here's something even more mind-blowing. Some Filipino scholars believe that certain indigenous tribes in the Philippines may have Jewish ancestry. Historians suggest that the lost tribes of Israel were scattered across the world, and some evidence hints that they may have reached the Philippine Islands centuries ago. What do you think? Could there be a hidden connection between Filipinos and Israel that goes back thousands of years? Let us know your thoughts. Historical records reveal that ancient trade routes once linked the Middle East to Asia, including the Philippine archipelago. Some believe that Jewish traders, or even members of the lost tribes of Israel, may have reached these islands and blended into the local communities. But here's the real question. Could some Filipinos today have ancestral ties to the ancient Israelites? There are even reports of certain indigenous groups in the Philippines, such as the Iban and the Igorots, practicing traditions strikingly similar to Jewish customs. These include Sabbath-like rest days and even ancient songs containing words that sound like Hebrew. Is this all just a coincidence, or could the Philippines be home to a forgotten chapter of Jewish history? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. One thing is certain, Filipinos share an unbreakable bond with the people of Israel. Whether rooted in history, faith, or something even deeper, this connection is not just a relic of the past, it is woven into the fabric of modern history. During World War II, Jewish refugees desperately searched for safe havens as persecution spread across Europe. While much of the world turned a blind eye, even powerful nations like the United States enforced strict immigration quotas, the Philippines chose a different path. In 1939, under the leadership of President Manuel Quezon, the country launched an extraordinary initiative known as the Open Doors Policy. This bold decision offered asylum to Jewish refugees who had nowhere else to go. Quezon, working alongside the Jewish American community and the Frieder brothers, tirelessly arranged for visas and planned a settlement for these displaced families in Marikina. He even envisioned a larger Jewish community thriving in Manila. Despite its own struggles as a developing nation under American colonial rule, the Philippines extended a lifeline to those in need, offering them a second chance at life. The Jewish refugees who found safety in the Philippines did not just survive, they flourished. They built a small but thriving community, integrating into Filipino society, and in turn, contributing to the nation's economy and culture. This shared history of compassion and resilience continues to strengthen the deep connection between the Philippines and Israel today. The gratitude of the Jewish people toward the Philippines has never faded. When the United Nations voted on the partition of Palestine in 1947, paving the way for the creation of Israel, the Philippines stood alone as the only Asian nation to vote in favor. This was more than just a political decision. It was a gesture of friendship, solidarity, and appreciation for the kindness shown years earlier. Fast forward to today, and the connection between Israel and the Philippines remains as strong as ever. What began as an act of compassion during one of history's darkest times has transformed into a lasting bond, a powerful reminder of how kindness, gratitude, and destiny can intertwine. Each year, thousands of Filipinos journey to Israel, not as outsiders, but as welcomed members of society. Many work as caregivers, tending to the elderly with the warmth and dedication that defines Filipino hospitality. To Israeli families, these caregivers are more than just workers. They become companions, trusted friends, and even part of the family. Their selfless care has left a profound impact on the Israeli people, fostering a relationship built on mutual respect, admiration, and deep appreciation. Israel's leaders, including the Prime Minister, have openly recognized the deep bond between their nation and the Philippines. During a historic visit to the Philippines, the Prime Minister delivered a touching message stating, "We remember how the Filipino people saved the Jews, and we will never forget." These words reflect a powerful truth. The Philippines was among the few nations that extended a helping hand to Jewish refugees at a time when most of the world turned its back. While many nations closed their doors, the Philippines welcomed them, offering hope to those with nowhere else to turn. This incredible act of compassion has never been forgotten. It remains deeply ingrained in Israel's collective memory, shaping the strong friendship between the two countries for generations. But this connection is not just about the past. Israel continues to stand by the Philippines in times of crisis. Whenever natural disasters like typhoons, earthquakes, or volcanic eruptions devastate the nation, Israel is among the first to send aid. Medical teams, emergency responders, and humanitarian supplies are quickly deployed to help communities in need. One of the most remarkable demonstrations of this support came in 2013 after Typhoon Yolanda, one of the strongest storms ever recorded. Israel launched one of the largest medical and rescue missions in Philippine history, setting up field hospitals, treating thousands of patients, and providing critical resources for rebuilding. And beyond humanitarian aid, Israel's commitment to the Philippines extends even further. The partnership between Israel and the Philippines has only grown stronger over the years, extending beyond history and humanitarian aid to include military cooperation. The two nations have signed defense agreements, participated in joint training programs, and engaged in arms deals, all aimed at enhancing the Philippines' security and defense capabilities. But the connection goes far beyond military ties. Israel continues to embrace Filipinos as part of its diverse and thriving community. Thousands of Filipinos live and work in Israel, not as outsiders, but as valued members of society. They gather for Sunday Mass, celebrate Filipino festivals, and keep their traditions alive while thousands of miles away from home. The influence of Filipinos in Israel is so strong that many Israeli children grow up speaking Tagalog words, a clear reflection of the deep presence of Filipinos in their daily lives. This relationship isn't just about politics or agreements, it's built on a foundation of history, faith, and unwavering support. And that's the incredible story of the unbreakable bond between Israel and the Philippines, a relationship forged in compassion, strengthened by gratitude, and carried forward by mutual respect. What do you think about this unique connection? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.